Alright. It's been a while since we did this. It's been a while since we did this series. Um, about like a month or so. But we're back, and I'm probably just gonna knock them all the rest out tonight as well, just to hell of it. Today we are gonna be taking a look at book 3 out of 7 for the Transformers Revenge. Not Friends. Transformers Earthspark Chinese comic books. I've been meaning to record these for a while, but I recently just got a job, so congratulations to me. And the YouTube channel is officially revived, but not for too long. I still have to end it before the end of the year, as promised. And I don't know exactly when I'm going to be doing the recording session with Frankie, aka Promise the Creator, for his Triptychon unboxing. That being said, here we go. So, we're just gonna go straight into it. This is all Chinese, so you can't really understand it much. We already know the opening of the book, so get past that. So, we're now on episode 7. I would say 11, but no, this is still batch 3. This is part 3 of season 1, part 1. Basically, episode 7. This is the friends and family episode where they're going haywire, and we're just gonna go skim through this as quickly as I can, because this is one of my least favorite episodes of season 1. At least the first batch. I think this is my least favorite because it's just kind of a whole bunch of nothing, because it combines it with a really weird human plot, and it's just like, I understand the Terrans going haywire or something, and they're going to school, so they can't be going there. And then we got this prick right here. Worst casting ever. Bring back Knockout, you pieces of shit. Anyways, this is also this is like one of the weirdest. You know what? I don't like this episode, but I'm just gonna scan through it for you all. But anyway, so we have Bumblebee training them, and he's like, man, your teacher is a jerk. What did you say about me? Oh, we're talking about something else. Anyways, so they go to the school, they go spy on them, and then shit just goes crazy, and also B has to hide. The principal and Bumblebee just have to run, and then it's just all bunch of crazy shit. Really a bunch of crazy shit, and then we just go to, oh yeah, their energy's draining, and they're acting like literal drones instead of actual characters, so something's off with them. Anyways, complications, whatnot. This is like just a really weird fucking episode. Alright, I'm just trying to skim as much as I can. So, anyways, so they're trekking through the forest and whatnot, and then we got the infamous Soundwave's cassette exploded, which means that Rumble, rest in peace, Rumble, because he ain't in this show. They really just said, yeah, we killed him off screen. Yeah, because season 2 is almost here, and like season 2 part 3 is in October. So yeah, that tells you how much time's passed. Cyberworld is out now. This is July 16th, 2025. Shit sucks. Anyways, so Energon doesn't work on him. Then we go to, essentially, this is probably the closest you'll get to a, I guess, mind-controlled version of Thrash and Twitch, even though they're really not controlled. It's just energy levels, but it's weird. It's weird. And then, oh yeah, apparently they just quote die, and then they get brought back to life, and then there's the Quintus symbols, which they don't show here. And then the end of the episode. Really, it's just a boring episode. This is the episode I'm waiting for, though. This episode right here. Decoy right here with Laserbeak, Ravage, and Frenzy all stealing, doing something as childish as stealing Schroeder's ghost badge. Like, how the fuck does this escalate from that? And then they're kind of arguing, and then, oh yeah, back to the base. They're doing decoy stuff. And then they bring in RC, and I think RC is my least favorite Autobot of the entire series, hands down. Like, she is just such a fucking prick. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, because you'll see why she's a fucking prick. So anyways, more Soundwave and stuff. Then Bumblebee arrives, and then I guess the cog chips. I guess Megatron's a little disgruntled, and this is my favorite scene here. Does it not disturb you that does it not concern you that Ghost controls where Autobots and Decepticons coexist, or something like that? And what form they take, even at times of so-called peace? This is not freedom. I was like, hitting him with the "this is not freedom" is just asking for him saying, yeah, I'm really good now, so go fuck yourself if you think you're going to be like me. They did not ask for a lifetime of imprisonment. I am here to be helping Ghost with your part of the Alliance, not to be Ghost's lackey. And then, so, this is why. This is why I hate her. Oh, yeah, no, Discord. Anyways, so, this is why I hate her. Fateless Buddy, please, I beg you, get me a Decepticon too. Fuck off, I have a job. Get your own job. Anyways, so, the reason why I hate RC here is because she basically manipulates them into basically destroying the homestead and doing a bunch of shit. And then they rebel and like, oh yeah, well that was a lesson. That was all a fucking lesson? What a bullshit lesson. Especially the hard way. And then, there's a bunch of shit here. And then, they're arguing. Soundwave arrives. Curse that annoyingly catchy tune. Anyway, Soundwave arrives, and best Earthspark figure, hands down. Just the best one. I really wish I could have done a review on it, but as it stands, the closest you'll get to a review is the final part of the Earthspark toy ranking. So, yeah, anyways, so Soundwave goes through and just beats him to slag. RC comes in along with it, and then everyone's here, and they're just fighting. Bumblebee gets trapped like a fucking wimp. RC's just girl bossing, which is just another reason why I don't like RC. Is just he's literally the embodiment of the asshole version of a girl boss. And girl bosses just need to fucking stop. And this is also the worst part of the episode right here. It's just them fucking singing and bullshit. It's like, move on. We're here for the actual Transformers, not this shit. Anyway, so, Traitor Optimus saves them, and then, like, they all work together to beat him down. Why is there a cassette? What's a cassette? Boy, are you fucking an idiot. But then comes the real best part of the episode. Right after all this. After putting them away, letting them free. Ravage is a decoy because my favorite scene of the entire batch. Right here. And the scene that truly made me fall in love with the show. Right here. Was Starscream. Appearing out of nowhere. And I knew that the moment that he laughed, he was voiced by Steve Blum. I went in this show almost blind. The only thing I knew was that Megatron was an Autobot, and the first 10 episodes was basically being, you know, all that stuff. There wasn't much stuff. I was going in a show basically blind, save for 2-3 trailers. That's it. I did not know any of the press release, nor did I know that we would get Starscream. And I wanted more. Little did I know that I would get more in Batch 2 and especially Batch 3, but we'll get there. Anyways, here's episode 9, the best Seeker fight ever. Also, just this panel. Just this fucking panel alone just brings me joy, because it's just literally the Transformers 1 bullshit right there. This is Transformers 1 in a nutshell. And then we got the Seekers, Skywarp, and Novastorm. And I really don't like Novastorm, especially since she's basically just a fucking knockoff version of a female Thundercracker. Which I understand gender bending Skywarp because you did that inside of Cyberverse. But why? Why? Just make it's fucking stupid. It's really stupid. Anyways, they can't go to the fight, and it's just a really well done fight. It's one of the best fights of the entire franchise, hands down. That is until you get Transformers 1 with Optimus vs. Megatron. That's when you get the best fight, period, of Transformers. Period. Even clears Forest fight. Anyway, so we got Mandroid working with them and basically saying that, yeah, you're basically my slaves, go fuck yourselves. I screwed you over. Then you're gonna be used for bait. Then all of a sudden it was like, why visit now that we're starting to learn about their origin? Which, to be honest, is actually a valid question. It's actually getting me head scratching sometimes when I think about it. But anyway, so we go on from that, and then we get Dot and Megatron going to log them in, and like Megatron's like, fine. And then it turns out it's a fucking trap. And who's here's none other than Mandroid himself. This is probably the cleanest look I've seen. Like, this is Mandroid at his peak, honestly. In Season 1. In Part 1. In Part 1, this is his peak. This is probably the best humanized version of Mandroid we'll see and we'll get. This is before he starts going insane the next episode, which you'll see later. So, they all get captured. Then we get to the, back to them with the backstory of, like, the Battle of, what is it, Battle of the Bay, or is it something else? I forgot. It was one of the 2 San Francisco battles. And this is where he was like, yeah, the reason why I hate Transformers is because they basically fucked up me. They fucked me up, and then they went on top of that and say the so-called Autobots actually were destroying human lives, firebombing buildings, and that basically caused a chain reaction. It was like, fuck it, I'm going to save this world. It wasn't actually explained well enough in the show, and on top of that, it just make him more seem like an actual prick than anything. But part 2, Batch 2 is when we'll really get some good scenes, but not now. So, yeah, also just teasing the fact that he knew fucking Alex Malto. Just tell them the truth. Just tell it in this episode instead of wait till episode 22, which I really just going to skim through that one as much as possible. Anyways, so, we get to this. They find the Ember Stone, then it gets swapped, then there's a fight, then the Arachnomechs come after them, then the triplets are born. This is the part I was completely shocked on. The triplets being born is one of the best shocks I've seen in a Transformers show. And it also elevates, because like I understand people saying like, oh, there only needs to be 2. Really, what plot are you gonna make with the same 2 characters over and over again for 26 episodes? It's best to freshen it up and add new ones every so often. Once again, they basically did Transformers. Basically, if they didn't do it, it would be basically Transformers Prime with the same exact cast for pretty much the entire season and no fucking stakes. Though to be fair, in Season 2 there is kind of no such thing as no stakes at some points. So Yeah, but anyway, this show has stakes. This show starts building it up. This is just like the first major thing. And then cliffhanger. End the episode. But remember, this is a two-parter, so I got to watch this both back-to-back without having to switch episodes. So, yay! Anyways, Jawbreaker, hashtag, and Nightshade. And then they go to a donut place. And then, this is where the comic just omits the, the comic, this is Chinese. This is where the controversy arises, and you know what? Honestly, I'm not going to dwell on it because they're kind of right, because I really wish they could have just saved it for during Batch 2. But I digress. The point is, Nightshade's pronouns are not here. It's kind of a letdown, to be honest. But anyway, so we get to Alex trying to, Doc trying to call Alex, and then Megatron getting tortured. The base is moved. They're getting hopeless, then hopeful, then hopeless, and back and forth. Then they're racing towards the thing, and then just like, oh yeah, we got a trap, and hashtag here is just so fucking extra. Nightshade is cowardly for no fucking reason, because they're never cowardly again after this episode, so it just doesn't make any sense why suddenly they're like, oh yeah, I'm just not a coward anymore. What the fuck? Like every single character is, except Jawbreaker, is pretty much mischaracterized in this episode. The hashtag I can kind of get, because she's kind of like an actor / director at heart. Or Spark, I should say. But, yeah. Megatron breaks free, there's bullshit going on, and then there's a huge machine rising. And then they pretty much just get launched into the sky, and then there's just a big boss fight. There's just a huge, big boss fight, and the whole area's on fire, and then it's just Alex. You might as well have just dropped the fucking plot twist in this episode as well and just get it over with. Yeah, it's less time, but it would make sense instead of dropping in episode 22 after no other fucking build-up. You build it up here, just finish building it up. Also, how the hell, you know what, there's just some things we could just skip over. So this is a fight. This is all of this shit. And then it's starting to get sundown, and it's just, yeah, this fight is taking pretty much most of the day. That's fine. And then Megatron is injured, and then the best scene that really kicks off Twitch's character development from being kind of a kid to the leader of the Terrans. Right here. Right here. Though, admittedly, in my AU, this is kind of changed just a tad bit, but otherwise, this pretty much is the same. But when we get to batches 2 and 3, oh my god, the differences are going to be so much different compared to the AU. But I digress. Here we go with... they all save the day, they blow up the machine, Mandroid seemingly dies, and... that's it. That's the end of Batch 1. That's the end of Season 1, Batch 1. So, thank you all for watching. We'll be doing Book 4 next, which is episodes 11 through 14. The start of my favorite batch of all of Earthspark. Period. Even beats out Season 2, Batch 2. This batch takes the cake as my favorite 8 episodes of the entire series. Though there is one that kind of just, like, is the most lackluster of the bunch, but, like, But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hope you consider clicking notifications to be updated on all updates and videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, till all are one.